We're starting the recording right now.
Okay, perfect.
Um, um, okay, hello guys, and welcome to WarLight Strategy Corner. As you can see, we're trying to figure out some of the details of the streaming, and we fixed whatever problem Newphone had. This is Shevengen, and with me here's Newphone.
Hello everyone.
Yeah, sorry for the delay. Hopefully that won't happen.
It was my fault
again. And
we will start with a 1v1 games, I think, of ladder.
Yeah, one that I and at the very least, what we've discussed before the stream. My idea was that Newphone will pick a game that he thought was interesting, and I have never seen the game before. So I'm not sure if you have analyzed it beforehand or not, or just picked it kind of random.
I find this game pretty interesting without analyze every single turn, so it will be interesting, I think.
Okay, so basically my idea was to have a fresh perspective, so I'm not biased. Although I saw who won, but at the very least I haven't seen who picked what or whatever. And the formula for the show, well, I would really like for the people in the chat to participate a bit more. So while we are analyzing, Newphone will also skim through the chat on Twitch and see whatever questions you have, whatever links to games you may post, and after that we may move on to those ones. And we'll probably finish by playing some sort of a game. It can be 1v1, it can be 2v2.
Yeah.
If we have more viewers, if we get advertised at some point, which I'll check if we are, and we're not, maybe we'll just go with popular demand. And yeah, so let's move to the game. And looking at this board, the board looks kind of simple, because there are many crucial areas that are out of the questions. The Central America, South America, they both have wastelands, and more often than not, if they have wastelands, basically the whole North America region is completely useless. There's also wasteland in Scandinavia. So basically we have two major areas to contest. One is Antarctica, Australia. The other one is Russia, or Russia-Caucasus area. So basically, I think any good player, when he sees a board like that, he knows that what he wants to do and what he should do is to get one support pick, ideally, maybe in West Africa. That seems like a decent idea, or even maybe in East China, and try to counter other areas with his leftover picks. So probably,
I think actually West Africa would be my best pick as one.
As one even? Okay, I was thinking more like later pick.
Depends what you want to pick. I think I would pick 1 West Africa, 2 and 3 Russia, and 4, 5 and 6 around Antarctica, with South Africa with as 6 as a counter. What do you think?
Yeah, that's kind of the board that I dislike, because the Australia is a big problem, and because outside of Antarctica, it doesn't have many good counters. And for example, the Boston strategy, if he goes with first pick in Australia, second pick in Antarctica, and third pick in Indonesia, It's a risky pick, but if he gets his first pick, I think that he's not in a bad position against any particular strategy. So so what were your initial suggestions exactly? First pick in where?
West Africa.
West Africa, yeah. Second?
Second in West Russia.
Okay.
Third in Central Russia.
Uh-huh.
4 Antarctica. 5 Australia, and 6 South Africa.
Yeah, that's pretty decent, but again, you risk a little bit. I kind of don't like the 1, 2, 3 because there's either a decent chance of not getting your 2 and 3 or getting your 1, 2, and 3 and getting countered, because as a combo like Antarctica, Australia, and then 3, 4, 5 around West Russia with a counter in maybe even Scandinavia, but probably Caucasus seems likely.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out if there are some more creative ways, because basically basically what we are suggesting right now are the standard strategies that will utilize early picks to cover Australia area and Russia area with some support in West Africa, and probably the only creative idea I would have here is to maybe utilize Indonesia with Southeast Asia somehow. But I'm trying to
my other idea.
Yeah, but I'm trying to figure out if there is a decent way, because the only thing that goes through my mind here is that potentially maybe I could try to play against a strategy with Australia and try to counter taking Australia around turn 3 or 4, depending on the expansion. But I'm not really sure if the picks here are correct for this, because if we split Russia, for example, we don't want to split Russia.
Well, another way to pick could be 1 Indonesia, 2 Southeast Asia, and 3 and 4 in Africa. Because if you get 1, 2, and 3, I think you can easily counter Australia and Russia.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, but I dislike this kind of picking, because my idea with Southeast Asia and Indonesia was mostly to counter Australia, and if I pick 1, 2, and 3, especially 1 and 2 in Southeast Asia, Indonesia, I really don't get any intel. So I don't know if he even is in Australia, and I can end up countering Australia when he doesn't even have it, and he doesn't even start it. He may potentially have Antarctica, West Russia, and Central Russia.
Yeah.
In which case, I probably wouldn't be in such a bad position. I would probably be in a good position, but I need that kind of intel to know whether or not to finish Indonesia and try to counter Russia somehow, or to go hard into Australia. So I'm trying to figure out if there is a strategy that could give me some sort of intel, like maybe 1 West Africa, 2 Antarctica, 3 Australia, and then 4 Indonesia, 5 Southeast Asia. But that doesn't feel very nice.
In Indonesia, because if you get like 1, 3, and 5, I think you are not in that good position.
Yeah, exactly. So now I'm thinking maybe I can go 1 in Indonesia, 2 in West Africa, and then 3 and 4 Australia and Antarctica, and then 5 in Southeast Asia. The point being that I can potentially either get Australia combo or counterplay against Australia combo, or I can even get everything around Australia, which that's actually a very good question. First of all, on that board, we should figure out if picking 1, 2, and 3 around Australia even wins with 2 picks in Russia plus Africa, for example.
I think no, because you have not much expansion.
Yeah,
And
Caucasus is hard to counter, and probably what convinces me that it's not good is that wasteland in Tibet.
yeah, and I
Because
think you can take Pakistan before your opponent reach Pakistan, and you will
yeah.
easily defend.
Yeah, so that's again a kind of a risky move, because if I play like this, that's a really interesting thing. I think I maybe want to try to go for that, because I on one hand I want to go for the first pick in West Africa, because that gives me so many possibilities to play with intel management. But on the other hand, that combo in Central Russia looks really strong.
Yeah, yeah. But let's see what the player picked, okay?
Well, I would like to spend at least at least a minute or two or analyzing what happens if I just go for that combo in Russia, because on one hand it feels risky because of that Caucasus, but on the other hand I'm not sure if strategies that go 3-4-5 in Russia are viable here.
Well, in the other end, if you get the combo Russia, I am pretty sure the opponent will have either or the counter in Caucasus or the Southeast Asia bonus, and I think you would end ending lose anyway.
Okay, do you think maybe I can go one in West Africa, two in Indonesia, and then 3 and 4 in Russia?
I think I would switch 1 and 2 because Indonesia is kinda more important.
Well, I'm not sure, because I'm not really sure, because if someone really wants to go for that 1, 2, and 3 around Australia, because no one will go blindly Indonesia, Australia without Antarctica, right? I don't think so. It's too risky in my opinion. So
yeah.
if he really goes for this combo, he will probably go get 3 of them. And we just decided that West Africa plus 2 picks in Russia will win in the long run against Indonesia, Australia, and Antarctica. So I'm really thinking that this first pick in West Africa is an interesting choice.
Do you think you could counter pick West Africa with North Africa?
I think it is. I really don't think so. If anything, counter in East Africa, right? Because it already borders it. But it is a strategy, but I don't think it's a long-term viable strategy because it's too risky. What would be the potential picks for this anyway? You would have to go like one in I don't know, West Russia, 2 in Indonesia, and then 3 and 4.
I think it could be like a backup for Boston picks as 4 and 5.
1, 2, and 3, and then 4 in West Africa, 5 in East Africa, right?
Yeah. You dislike this?
Well, I mean, it's not a bad idea, but it completely for any kind of strategy that tries to counter West Africa completely forgoes Russia. It can play out very well if you have a very specific situation, but I really don't think that with that many strategies possible here, it is viable. So probably I'm really thinking about that first pick in West Africa, second pick in Indonesia, and then 3 and 4 in Russia. With 5th pick, I'm not sure where.
Yeah, but would you counter Australia or Southeast Asia with the Indonesia pick? That's the point. You have no intel at all.
What do you mean? You mean if I get 1, 2, and 3?
Yeah.
If I get 1, 2, and 3, that means I get my 3rd pick in West Russia, And at
Yeah.
that point, I just expand in I just expand in West Africa and Indonesia, and wait to see what happens around Russia. And
Okay.
and I'm trying to make the point that for the first 2-3 turns, I'll just expand in